Gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of Chrono Commentary. I'm your host, Brent Garcia, and this evening we're going to be talking about the Nooka Zub Zenh 20. A couple quick things about this watch. I ordered it completely blind. I had no clue what it was or what I was getting into. I just thought it was a cool looking watch. Number one, when I ordered it, I thought it was navy blue, but it is purple. It's like a really, really dark purple with a gold face. Still kind of cool, and there's a couple things that I didn't really realize I was getting into. It does a little bit more than I thought. There's some stuff I like about it, some stuff I don't like about it. I'm going to tell you what those are right now. Okay, so this is the box that it comes in, and it's made out of silicone, and then it's got a hard plastic base, which pops out like so. Displays very nicely. This pops off, and then your directions. And then this little card, which I thought was kind of interesting, that it says it teamed up with Silicone Zone, and they've made their container out of food-grade silicone that's microwave safe. So I guess if you wanted to wear your watch and make Easy Mac, this is, you got a winner. The other thing is on the bottom, it gives the model number, the color, and the barcode and the face information. Note how this says dark blue and gold. On their website, it describes it as purple. But on all the other things that I've seen, it's described this particular watch as dark blue. I don't know if this is the case with all of the watches, but it was definitely the case with mine, where this one is definitely purple and not dark blue. Now, color aside, and even taking the color into consideration, it is a really cool looking watch. All of you Vikings fans might really like it. I know some of my friends from Minnesota liked this watch because it is Vikings colors. It is a little tricky to read because you actually have to, it's 6 and 6, and then the minutes and the seconds. The minutes are a little bit difficult to read because the bars are really small. But this is the time mode. One of the things that I really thought was cool about this watch that I didn't expect is it does have a deployment buckle instead of a traditional thorn buckle, which is really cool. On the back, it has a bunch of patent and copyright deals. It's a Japanese quartz movement, digital movement. It is water resistant to 3 meters, and you have to unscrew it to do anything. Now the buttons are all concealed, so the whole case is really smooth, and on the back right here it actually gives you what the functions are, and I'll walk you through what that is in just a second. So here's time mode. Here is your calendar, which is what's today? November 20 something. I don't know, I can't really read it because the bars are really small. And then the chrono mode, which goes blank, and this one threw me because I didn't know what it was. I actually had to read the directions. And then, of course, an alarm clock. So it does serve a couple functions. It does have a light that works pretty well, and I'll show that to you in just a second as well. So here is the backlight mode, and doesn't stay on very long, but there you go. So, since you probably couldn't see it, there's 2 buttons on each side. This top left button is your backlight button. And then we'll get into how you set it and things like that. So to scroll through the functions, you hit the bottom left-hand button. There's our chronograph. There's our alarm clock. And back to standard time. So to set all of these different functions, you just hold down the bottom left-hand button, and your indicators will start flashing. These 2 buttons on your right-hand side are your up and down. So hit up, add an hour, take hours away, push this button down here, it goes to the next, and goes to the next. Now if you hold it down again, it'll set it and lock it into place. Then you can use the same button and just push it, and it'll go to our next function, which is the calendar, and repeat. You hold the button down, wait for things to flash, set it appropriately, and there you go. And then in the chrono mode, which goes blank, these buttons act as your start-stop. So you hit start, and you can see down here at the bottom, our second counter has started. It'll add minutes as that's appropriate, and it'll add hours as that's appropriate. The bottom button will stop it. And then, the top button will stop it, and then the bottom button will clear it, just like you would on a standard chrono. Maybe. There you go. You got to hold it down for a second, and then push that again, and it switches to the alarm clock. Now, in the alarm clock mode, if you just hit the bottom button, that toggles the alarm on and off, and I don't know if you can see that right there. Let's see if I can get the light on it. Just so. Off, on, and then back to time. So essentially that is it. I don't know. It's pretty cool. It's a cool looking watch. I think if I had to get a different one, I would probably have not ordered one with the metallic face or with this readout. They have a different one that has like a circular digital readout down here that has some bars on the side that I think is a little bit cooler looking, but I found this one on eBay for pretty cheap, so I figured I'd order it and take a look and see what it was all about. So there you go. Hope you found it useful, and we'll talk to you next time.